Everyone seems to have an opinion, one way or the other, to the question, does the Matrix actually exist? I mean, could there be a place where reality is just a construct of an infinite number of variables that come together in a big bang of consciousness and matter? For centuries, we've been told by many sources that the universe is one of many multiverses within an infinite amount of verses. That multiple realities and timelines are things to add to the equation. And within it all, we're supposed to make sense of who we are, how we fit, and what we should do. In today's live stream, Hacking the Infinity Matrix, we wrestle with these questions. Let me bring my buddy Ross in here.
Welcome, 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 everyone. It's good to see you again.
Take that. All right. So we wrestle with these questions as we bring clarity to defining what we call the Infinity Matrix and your role in creating this reality that we all agree upon. Then, for those of you who stick around, you'll get a nice treat with a guided visualization trance experience that I call the initiation of the Infinity Matrix Apprentice. It's a metamorphosis experience that's perfectly timed as we head into 2022 and beyond. Welcome to episode 63. What is the Infinity Matrix? Stick around because this live stream is one that could very well transform 2022 and beyond for you. So as you join us on the stream today, go ahead and tell us in the comments where your location in this matrix is. Okay, no need to give us your GPS coordinates. Right, just the city or country you're tuning in from will be good enough. While they do that, Ross, we've been asked this question many times over the last 62 episodes, and each time the response evolves in some way, shape, or form. So there's a lot to unpack today for sure. What are some of the historical references we can pull from to shed light on it, and how has that integrated into current and modern day reality?
Well, it really comes down to, as we've said from the very, very beginning, that what we teach and the lessons that we've had is nothing particularly, we just discovered this. This has been going on and on and on for centuries. Descartes, one of the first to question reality, he said, everything I have accepted up to now as being absolutely true and assured, I have learned from or through the senses. But I have sometimes found that these senses played me false. It is prudent never to trust entirely those who have once deceived us. Thus, what I thought I had seen with my eyes, I actually grasped solely with the faculty of judgment, which is my mind. And that is so true. The iconic movie The Matrix, to bring it more up to the modern time, it quickly brought this thinking to the forefront, becoming the mainstay for its out there narrative, sustaining the continuation and the evolution of something is or could be controlling us. But the real question is, like Descartes, did they really know how close they were to the natural truth? Did George Lucas with his Jedi Society, Socrates, Jung, or many of the writers of the Gnostic texts? Well, perhaps. Because of the advent of Hollywood's ability to exaggerate with eye-catching, sound-popping special effects and hype, all the overused attempts to be different and stand out, this subject was enhanced to such a degree that it reinforced a long dormant ideology. It posed a poignant question, a valid question. Is there more to our existence than what we realize? It's as simple as that. Not to mention the simulation theory, that aspect of it. Are we a society of free will, or simply plugged in? And we covered this a couple weeks ago in episode 61, Exposing Reality as You Know It. So check that out if you haven't seen it. So, although for dramatic effect, it accentuated the common us versus them narrative, and all in order to create that dramatic storyline. And it also stimulated those dormant memories locked in our DNA and buried deep in the imagination, which for centuries has been the storyline of choice, and perhaps to better influence the population. That's hard to say. But regardless, there is now a misnomer that we are in the matrix. But is it the simulation aspect like the movie, or something better? Well, we choose something better. Do you? Okay, mark down in the comments where your mindset is on this. In fact, to be in something, one must also be able to be outside of that something. So if you can be in a house, you have to also be able to be outside of the house. There is no in the matrix. There is no out of the matrix. There is only the existence of the matrix, the infinity matrix, and the intensity of your connection to it. It's not a place. It's not a destination. It's a state of being. You, me, we're all part of this all-encompassing energy field, a spiritual tapestry of interwoven consciousness. In all this time that we have talked about the infinity matrix, we have never said, defeat the enemy within. Evil versus good, dark over the light. We've never said you must defeat that which is in you. We've never said to purge something from yourself. But instead, we show you ways to work with who and what you are and enrich those abilities, your abilities of creation and of godness, to enhance that which already exists and to become the greatest version of you that you can possibly be, to become unstoppable if you choose to. Gary, what do you think? Can we give them a tightened up version of what the infinity matrix is?
For sure, I think.
Yeah.
I think we can attempt to give them a version that is both loose and tight enough that they always end up with a glass of water that's neither half full nor half empty, but always overflowing with infinite possibilities. And that's the goal today. So let's first talk about what it's not. And you've kind of addressed some of that here already, but let's talk about some of what it's not before we dive into what it is. Okay. It certainly isn't a simulated reality in a computer created by a machine. It isn't designed to drain your life energy as a power source, and built to keep you under control for some devious end result to mankind. It's not a place where we foster or support the concept that we are weak victims of circumstances and we're always being pursued by some ultra powerful and intelligent quote unquote other. And in our experience, it absolutely is not a reality where truth is realized based on a this or that philosophy.
Absolutely.
Right? The infinity matrix is a massive upgrade, conceptualizing what total reality is or could be. with who you are within it, how you can and do play a role in its existence moment to moment, and what are the already existing tools, resources, codes, and programs you have access to in order to artfully design the reality you desire. And I guess the best breakdown definition we put together so far comes from just dissecting the words themselves individually and then piecing them together again. Essentially, it's just a metaphor for experiencing what we call individual reality. So let's break it down. If we take the word infinity, okay, it implies all space, all time, all energy, and all matter in every direction. Okay? So there's an isness to it, and all that is, if you will. And the definition of a matrix is an environment or material in which something develops, a surrounding medium or structure. It's something within or from which something else originates, develops, or takes form. So then putting them together, the infinity matrix is this environment where something exists, something happens, something takes form, and something is experienced and not experienced moment by moment. Okay, because just like Ross said, you can be in a room, but there's also an aspect of you that understands there's a not room available as well for experiencing. Okay, so what we are doing on these live streams through the hacks in the meditations we bring to you every week have been designed to for the purpose of hacking the infinity matrix so that it serves us on a more conscious and intentional level. And with our upcoming master labs and in-depth programs that we have for 2022 that we have planned, to be a force in the metamorphosis of the planet. That's the intention. Okay. Remember, as Ross said, this environment comes with a constant flow of feedback from all dimensions of your internal matrix to all directions of your external matrix. An internal matrix means what's going on the inside. External means what's going on the outside. Okay? And you are positioned smack dab in the middle, where both converge into a place we call now. It's called a lot of things: space of variations, quantum potential, place of possibilities. There's a bunch of different names for it that other people have termed. It's the center point where you are not at the mercy of the polarities of internal, external, good, bad, up, down. Instead, you're firmly seated in the middle of infinite choices. And you're in the most powerful place you could exist, because this is where you create your reality from. Being in the now by choice is an environment or infinity matrix that is unconditionally there to serve us up whatever we order. Okay? And I think it's nicely summed up by a guy over 100 years ago named last name Gurdjieff, who said, I'll tell you one thing that will make you rich for life. There are two struggles: an inner world struggle and an outer world struggle. You must make intentional contact between these two worlds, and then you can crystallize data for the third world, the world of the soul. Now, I know that everyone here can jump down the rabbit hole with us on Saturday morning to go even more, really more deeply into this. But can you give them some examples that can help them bring it into real world applications, Ross?
For sure. So first, if you want to join us for our free Zoom segment on Saturdays, you can just join us by registering for the Zoom link on hackingtheinfinitymatrix.com/rabbit hole. It's a free call. It's just much more interaction. Once you
running down
register,
on the bottom there. So if you
once you
want to know,
register for the link, then the Zoom will email you the actual link for it. Saturdays at 10 a.m. So everybody's invited. It's a growing and growing and growing. It's a place where you can literally one-on-one ask us questions, or say, hey, listen, I saw this show. This is what I think. Cool, great. Because we are learning all the time from you as well. So we'd love to see you there. So so now to think of the infinite matrix as this, it's an unseen energy, and it's all around us. It's the soup of existence that we're always aware of, and that we call reality. It formulates itself as a wide degree of ongoing communication to and from the human quantum computer that we call the mind. And it presents us with a perception of reality that we've been conditioned to accept. So therefore, if we think of the universal tapestry of energy as the realm of all thought, all ideas, all knowledge, the matrix framework is a sort of superhighway, delivering that information to you as you relay to it exactly what you want. Make a note, not necessarily what you need or think that you've asked for. And we've gone over this many times, especially in our episode about the 5G, which isn't the 5G that you think it is. So these inherent components of thought processing gather and collate the requested information from the higher mind and transmit it to the physical brain, where it is then filtered and perceived by the physical mind, you. In many of our earlier live streams, we have used the example of a smartphone. You input the number or the URL with the assumption that it was the correct one, requesting information or data or connection of some sort. The service you use receives your request, matches it with what is in its database, and transmits back to you, connecting you in some way with what you asked for. Your mind takes the data, which can be a website or your mother, filtering it and perceiving the information through millions of data points, and an outcome is realized, creating the entire experience, the entire event, reality that you asked for. The question here is that if you become more open and more prepared to receive information through this channel of knowledge, you can create the ability to become more sensitized to the idea of receiving even more information of an even higher frequency, more densely compacted, higher levels of information with higher insights and broader perspectives. This is what the great masters and thought leaders have discovered. It needs to be understood that you can only receive that which you are prepared to comprehend. And there are many tools, many techniques to accomplish this. Many we have revealed in previous live streams. and then in our private trainings and our master labs, with each and every one of them being simply a technique that you ingratiate yourself with, generally based on your belief system as to what you believe will work for you, in allowing yourself permission to open up and receive the information and apply it in a more creative and constructive way. So imagine an endless loop of information permeating your mind and the environment. It's flowing in and it's flowing out. And we've all seen the two-dimensional representation of the infinity symbol. Okay, flowing in, flowing out. We propose not a two, but a rather a five-dimensional interpretation of this effect. Waves of thought and energy coming to you and from every imaginable angle. Not just like this, but from above, from left to right, up to down, on and on and on, from every different direction. And when you learn to hack or gain access in a better way to the infinity matrix, it puts you in complete control of the varying degrees of messages and influences in your chosen environment. You will literally start seeing the codes of reality every day, every hour, every minute, thereby choosing the aspects of your reality instead of accepting what's handed to you. And unfortunately, you generally get the leftovers of someone else's reality. So, current events are a lingering reminder of the contrast between new realities being created for you and the fragments of one's long past. Mastering your talents of the infinity matrix gives you the controls you need to become unstoppable in the midst of any type of personal or global chaos. Ladies and gentlemen, we're not saying that there's a storm coming. We're saying it's here. And with that said, it's imperative that you understand and learn the way of staying in the eye of the storm. As those around you flail and struggle to survive the chaos of the storm, you are standing in the calmness of its eye. As all of this universal data merges at one single point, you are at the choice convergence point. And here your mind sets into a place of peace, observing, interpreting, and responding to all the input of data about life's issues. You see the storm, you feel its energy, but are not affected by it, nor drawn into its maelstrom or into its chaos. Here there are no wrong answers, no wrong decisions, and no judgment. Just you and your infinite choices. That's all. So, Gary, you got a pretty nice treat, I believe, for everyone today to ultimately present a choice of transformation through the initiation of the Infinity Matrix Apprentice, correct?
Do I do?
Yes, he does.
Certainly. I guess it's that time. Okay, everyone. Hopefully you get a better idea of, and when we talk about hacking the Infinity Matrix, what it is we're talking about hacking and why we want, why we're doing this every week for you. It's really about building a community of people that understand that they are not at the mercy of the circumstances around them. but they are in a position of power, and they can access that power and utilize that power when they align with their heart and they connect with their core, and to bring, yes, just like Demetrius says, a global community in unity, right? Which, and from that place, like Ross said, to be in the eye of the storm, and also to be outside of the storm. So it's not even with, right? You don't even have to be in that place. It could be from a distance to observe that and have that as a choice too. And to see maybe that your eye of the storm is just buffered by everybody else's storm, but you're not experiencing it. Right? So that's what we want to do today. We want to help you to get prepared, for 22 and beyond with as many tools as possible. And that's why we're bringing you every week, from different angles, the choices and the options to tap into what's already there for you, but you may not have ever been told that it was, right? To tap into that code and that programming of the Infinity Matrix, your own personal, customized reality bubble. Okay, and so that's what we want to do. So today we're going to do a really nice induction process. So to get prepared, you might want to get in a comfortable position. You can start with your eyes open or closed, but if you start with them open and feel at any time that you want to just let them blink and remain closed for the duration of the trance experience, that's totally a choice you can make. Okay. I am going to start with a disclaimer, though, that if you are driving a car or operating machinery, please stop and listen. Off the side somewhere, pull off and listen in a place where you can, not be in motion, or come back to replay at any time in the future and listen when you can be undisturbed for about 10, 15 minutes. Let me just throw, there we go. You can, by the way, get replays by going to the link on the page on the screen there now, hackingtheinfinitematrix.com/replays until January. Then the link will be changed, and only members in our private Facebook group will get access to the new replay link. Okay. If you're not a member, you can go to the Facebook group. Let me just put that one up. Facebook.com/groups/the Infinity Matrix. Answer the three entry questions there, and you'll be able to automatically be entered into the group membership. And yeah, that's it. Oh yeah. I will cut this segment out so that it's also a standalone session for you to play over and over again. And that'll be on the replay as well as the YouTube channel and all that kind of stuff. Okay, so here we go. Go ahead and get into comfortable position. I'm going to start some background music. Take Ross out of here. Put him off for a bit. And then let's show that. Bring me down here. Let's take that off of there. All right, let me get that background music going. Go ahead and get yourself comfortable. And there we go. Awesome, awesome. All right, get ready, everyone. Welcome to the initiation of the Infinity Matrix Apprentice. Begin with your eyes opened or closed, and let me take you on an inner journey. And imagine you could go back to a younger time when the possibilities were endless. Remembering back to the earliest pleasant memories you are capable of recalling consciously. And know that when you do that, your unconscious has the ability to go all the way back into the genetic memory of conception. Imagine that, if you would, all the way back to conception. But this time, we can rewrite the story and embed a story of transformation, a story of immense potential, a story within the story of your DNA memory. Now, through your imagination, imagine being born as a caterpillar. I would imagine, as you could too, that you would find yourself mixed with feelings of surprise and wonder and excitement as you cling to the branch of reality. Even here, a reticular activating system feels the safety and the familiarity of the branches swaying back and forth in a hypnotic way. Back and forth. You may even imagine how you would feel the comforting warmth of a fresh spring breeze, awakening an inner call to become something even greater than you think you are. The call is different for every caterpillar. It's a message that comes from deep inside and has significance only to you. So take a moment and listen. And continue to listen until it's loud and clear, inspiring and profound, setting you on this journey of the butterfly within. When you hear your inner call, you will know that you are already in the cocoon, the chrysalis of metamorphosis, having a dream of being that caterpillar and waking up to the realization of being ready to spread your wings. You decide it's time to let go of the struggles. So relax and gather your strength. You are ready to break free. And at that moment, the butterfly within can feel a loosening of the constraints that had held it back to the past. Perhaps noticing and starting to notice a tiny shaft of light peeping into its incubation chamber, where the taste, the smell, and the feeling radiates and resonates as new freedom. I imagine that if you had been capable of it, You might have wondered about the timing of all the preceding events that led to this moment. That's right, at this place. For this being to have this event. All converging from the flow of infinity, from the external matrix, toward the instantaneous cohesion of the infinity of the internal matrix, flowing through the moments, seamlessly popping up an experience of reality, until you have one of those metamorphic experiences that sets you free in ways you never thought possible before, and never will in the same way ever again. Could the secret of freedom be found in the height of all those struggles, or in the depths of your relaxation? Was it your effort or your cessation of effort that finally led to those bonds being loosened? Could you ponder the matter more deeply? Or do you find yourself simply encouraged by the new source of light, feeling grateful for the chance to move more freely, not knowing exactly how or even why? You are suddenly free. Cocoon cracked open. You emerge as an infinity matrix apprentice. Feel the gentle breeze and the warmth of the sun soon drying your wings, and experience the strength of knowing you can now fly. Your awareness has expanded. Your reticular activation system is opening up to the new messages from the universe around you. And deep in your heart, you feel the pumping motivation. Feel the pumping desire to bring more beauty, more peace, and more divinity to the world around you. So you look at the sky and see that there is no limit. And you feel the power of the wind lifting you and carrying you to your unknown destinations. No longer a caterpillar. You are finally free to fly, confidently spreading your magnificent wings with your many bright and beautiful patterns of light and color. And you rise on the morning, afternoon, evening air, wherever you are, and gracefully sailed upward, knowing that there is no need to glance back at the cocoon that lay discarded underneath the tree, and realizing You wouldn't have recognized it from the outside even if you did, as it represents the struggles of the past that are already forgiven and forgotten. What you had been, you'll never be again. And what you could be is yet to be discovered. Taking a butterfly journey through the universe, displaying your beautiful colors and seemingly fragile appearance. What if you caused an initial feeling of awe and a sense of inspiration in the spectators on this or any planet, impacting them in subtle and profound ways? See how it's imprinting and rippling into their souls, the true essence of the butterfly effect. They never knew what hit them, but they are better because of it. Never had they seen or experienced anything like an Infinity Matrix apprentice disguised as a butterfly before. Sure, they heard rumors of their existence, but many had already discounted the stories as nonsense, and impossibility, as if the whole idea of an enlightened society of such beings was just too preposterous to be taken seriously. And yet, soaring above you, find a place where other butterflies gather and recall, with deep reverence, as a caterpillar, when they first observed the butterflies above. It's been said that all young caterpillars hear stories about flying caterpillars who flutter through the universes, but none believed them because of the sheer mind-bending power of the concept. Watching the admiring and still doubting young caterpillars below, the beautiful butterfly apprentices who wheeled and banked and soared and dived, happy to be allowed the privilege of demonstrating the possibility to these unbelieving novices down below. The observers tried desperately to fit the butterfly apprentice into their belief systems. Such a thing may seem difficult when you have slipped off as many tree trunks and have been blown off as many tree branches as they had, having many experiences of crashing to the unyielding ground below, yet always finding reason and purpose, finding the way back up. It might have been difficult to even imagine that anything, especially another caterpillar, could find the solutions so perfectly and so beautifully. And from this perspective, you realize the moment has come. Tuning into the integrity in your heart and knowing that you have been initiated as an Infinity Matrix apprentice. So with those feelings and with these metaphors fluttering around in your mind, Perhaps you are ready to come back to the present time, where still the possibilities are endless, infinite, in fact. And soon you'll learn to remember forward to more pleasant memories unconsciously. And know that when you do that, your unconscious has activated a genetic memory of enlightenment. So at your own rate of fully integrating these lessons, these messages, imagine. Imagine you are landing firmly on the ground beneath you, gently, coming back into conscious awareness of where you are, who you're with. That's right. The time has come to know where you are going now. With your eyes open, coming back to the sound of my voice, the feelings in your body, and a full awareness of your current surroundings, just take a quiet moment to consider, did the future of the caterpillar exist as imagination before it turned into instinct and then reality? If so, how could an infinitely open mind with a believing heart serve as your own personal calling or wings of transformation into worlds and realities beyond your current understanding? Take a moment and come back. That's right. All the way back. That is what the Infinity Matrix is all about. It is complex. It's sometimes overwhelming. It's simple and requires deep thought and contemplation. The Infinity Matrix is your own personal infinite points of view from all, and that's with a capital ALL, all aspects of your existence, summed up into a moment by moment metamorphic experience, waiting for you to come to the realization that shifts from the amazement of, oh my God, to the acceptance of, oh, I am God. This is the time, people. This is the time. 2022 and beyond is the time to step into an age of enlightenment, to bring about the utopia that we all deserve and yearn for. I mean, wouldn't you agree that we've played deep enough and long enough in the destructive and divisive possibilities? We've done enough. We need more Infinity Matrix apprentices disguised as butterflies in this world, because there isn't enough examples out there yet to make a collective shift on a mass scale. So this is why you'll see Ross and I offering you more full-on programs that are going to crack through those cocoons and let you spread your wings. Okay, so you can join us on Saturday mornings at 8 AM PST on Down the Rabbit Hole to dive deeper into the Infinity Matrix, ask any questions, and even explore other topics. It's a free Zoom call where anyone is invited to jump on. You can listen, you can participate, you can join us in some fun and stimulating conversations. Go to hackingtheinfinitematrix.com/rabbit hole. Let me throw that one up on the screen. There we go. Is it showing up there?
Yep. There it
So
is.
okay, it's on the bottom. Yeah, it's running on the bottom there. Okay. And remember to join the group as well if you haven't already done that. Once you register for the Zoom call, you will get the Zoom link. Then you can just jump on and join us on Saturday morning, 8 a.m. PST. We'd love to see you guys there and have extended conversations. Thanks for joining us. We got some good comments on there. Wow, an epic live today. Thank you guys.
So the next two episodes for the end of the year, we're going to be basically recapping the entire year. So if you've listened to some of our live streams and you kind of go, oh, I'm not really sure I understand this, that's going to be the time where we've gone back and looked at all the questions that people have asked and are going to try and give a little bit more clarity as well. So listen, I think
we'll do our best to go through them. I mean, there's a lot of episodes, but we'll definitely pick out some of the highly popular one, kind of bring them back to light,
exactly.
and maybe some of the ones that we feel that didn't get enough attention that we should bring back in. So come and join us. It'll be just kind of a mishmash of the variety of different episodes we've done. Which, for a year is 52 episodes. So, there's a lot for us to kind of pull through and bring to the table, 1 hour segment. We're going to do it over the 2 hours for the next couple of weeks, but
that's correct.
Join us. That's our stream for today. Thanks everyone for joining us and sticking around. We truly appreciate you and look forward to when we connect next. Till next time, we dare you to be exceptional, implement these hacks, and master the art of designing your reality. We need more apprentices out there to make a shift and to accelerate the process of shifting this global economy to something that's more utopic and more harmonious. Be well, everyone. Thanks for joining us.
Very much.